What's happening, people? I hope you're all well. So, how to deal with failure? Now, we're all gonna experience failure at some point in life. Some to a smaller degree, some to a larger degree. But even the most successful person in the world is gonna have failed at something at some point. And how you deal with it is really what's gonna be testament to your character. And how you deal with it is going to largely determine the future for you moving forward. So rejection can come in many different forms. It could be a job interview, it could be a business venture, it could be you trying to attract someone. Failure can come in all shapes and sizes. So I'm going to delve into some ways that I thought of to help deal with failure. The first one is, don't let it define who you are as a person. When I look at people around me, sometimes I feel that people identify themselves with their job. And so that's all well and good, but if you say, I'm John, the financial director, or I'm Eddie, the team, the manager, the manager of so-and-so's company. That's all well and good. But what if you lose your job? Now all of a sudden you're in an identity crisis. So for me, I would say dealing with failure, don't let it define who you are as a person. You came into this world as a soul, and you'll come out of it as a soul. And you didn't come into this world as a financial director. You didn't come into this world as a manager of so-and-so's company. So don't let these titles and don't let these ego traps. It's easy. There's nothing wrong with being a financial director, but don't fall into the trap of your ego blowing up because of your title. And so don't define yourself. Don't let the world define you, because then your self-esteem is going to be based upon the validation of the world. So don't, the very important point is, don't let your self-esteem and don't let who you are as a person be defined by your successes and failures. I'm that same guy, no matter what job I'm in, no matter what business, let's say, I run, no matter how good I am at boxing today, I'm the same person. That doesn't mean I'm not trying to learn and grow, but it means I'm the same person, and I can't let external factors define me. So that's one way you can deal with failure. If you don't get that job, yeah, it's disappointing, and you should be, it's okay to be disappointed, but don't let that define who you are when you wake up in the morning. Another way to deal with failure is to always try and learn from the failure. Always try and learn from the failure. So learn from the failure in the sense that, what could I have done better? What could I have done better? And it's kind of a catch-22, because sometimes it's not actually anything you've done. It's just kind of like what it is. Sometimes someone doesn't like you, or someone does like you, and that can determine failure or success. But I would say learn. Like, if there is one thing to learn, then you've won. There's winning and there's learning. So could you have maintained better eye contact? Could you have got up a little earlier so you had a little bit more energy? Could you have, worked on yourself a little more before you entered the dating market? There's plenty of examples that you could have improved and come better. And as long as you've improved, then in a way you've won. Because often, if you didn't get the job, or, you didn't win, but you didn't lose anything. You just didn't gain anything, right? You didn't win, you didn't lose, you just didn't gain anything. So I would definitely say, just don't don't get too, try just to look at the situation and learn from it. Try and look at the situation and learn from it. Another way to deal with failure is, and this is a real one. Don't wrestle with the universe and fate. That's one thing I'm learning. Don't wrestle with the universe and fate. Some things are just meant to be. And this is kind of what I was thinking when I was saying my last one about try and learn. And I was going to go into this other sort of sub point to that, but I kind of thought I'd save it for this bit. Look, I know someone I heard of a situation where two candidates for a job were really, really like neck and neck as to who was going to get the job. And the person who got the job because the guy selecting liked the guy's name. It's that simple. Like, some things are just like meant to be. You can't wrestle with fate. So the guy who didn't get the job, how personal should you really take that? Like, just don't wrestle with fate. Some things are just meant to be, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And that's the other thing I was going to say. You can always look at what you could learn and improve, and you should. But then there's always going to be that guy who made all the mistakes and still got the opportunity, still got signed by that record label, still got given that UFC contract, still got given that soccer contract, still went out there and was able to go on that TV show and make $1 million. And they made all the mistakes that everyone's telling you that's why you didn't get the opportunity. But sometimes some things are meant to be. That person was meant to be standing on that screen, that person was going to be standing on that stage on TV at that time because the universe wanted that to happen, because God wanted that to happen, to give that person that experience for reasons we may not understand. So don't wrestle with it. It's hard. Trust me, I know it's hard. Sometimes things happen and I'm like, why is this happening? Like, am I really that bad? Did I really deserve that? And sometimes I'm like, I sparred some guy in the gym and he was hitting me with all his best shots, and I'm not like trying to be big-headed, but like, yeah, I could feel them, but I'm quite, one of my attributes, I've got weaknesses, one of my attributes is I'm reasonably tough. So unless you're a really big puncher, you're better off just trying to box me, because if you try and knock me out and you don't knock me out and you run out of energy, it's not, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. That's just one of my strengths. I'm tough. I'm tougher than I look. So, this guy in the boxing gym, he was hitting me with all his best shots, and I've seen him on a very well-known platform, DAZN, knocking someone's spark out. So why is it that guy who got knocked spark out was given that opportunity and not me? Like, because this guy was hitting me with all his best shots, and he even came up to me after and was like, bro, like, you're strong, like, and your punches are heavy. Like, even your jab was like, it's almost like a push, because I could feel myself like moving backwards. And like, like, respect to him as well, man. Like, he's good. He's faster than me. But one of my strengths is I'm tough. So yeah, but I'm just saying that, why didn't he get the, anyway, before I go off on one and start talking about boxing, why did he get that opportunity, the guy who got knocked out in like one round, I think, and not me? Fate. It's just meant to be. I have to get my head around this. We all have to get our head around this. Like, sometimes you wonder why you are where you are, and like, you think you should be ahead. And I've had conversations with my friend about this, but sometimes you just gotta go with the flow of the universe. And if that means you had to fail at this time, at this point, fair enough. It's hard to take, but don't wrestle with fate. If you were meant to fail at something, then just take what you can from it and try and grow as much as possible. Anyway, let me know what you think. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I make a new video. If you appreciate my work and want to leave a donation, there's a link for that in the description with that. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.